So I'm going to tell you the simple reason of why you just can't recover right now. And it's nothing to do with mindset. It's nothing to do with doing more exercise or doing more meditation or doing more grounding or seeing more therapists. The simple reason that you're not recovering right now is because you're emotionally stressed all the time. And when our minds are emotionally stressed all the time, all they go to is short term safety. It stops caring about long term healing or long term growth, goals. All it wants to do is get you through the day. I can pretty much bet that when you wake up, one of the first things you do is you check your symptoms or you say to yourself, "Oh God, not another day of this." That's the evidence right there that your mind is stuck in this sort of short term thinking. And so that's why everything is about anxiety and everything is about your symptoms and everything is about getting better. When I was going through this, I found this really annoying too because I had all the knowledge. I had all the information that I could ever want about how to recover. I tried it all and none of it really had any long term impact for me. And so it's not a knowledge problem, it's a capacity or a space problem. There's just not enough space in your head right now to be able to process and actually recover from this. The only way that you're going to start to recover is when your brain feels safe enough to slow down in order to be able to properly process all this stuff. Basically, it means easing the pressure. It means stop saying to yourself, I've got to be recovered by my birthday. I've got to be recovered by the next 5 weeks. Already, that's so many thoughts that are buzzing around your head. And do you think that's creating space? And so, one of the biggest things that I learned when I was going through this is that you can't force recovery, but you can create the conditions for recovery. So you can think of it like this. Right now, your mind and everything else is in the condition for creating anxiety. So you have to think about, well, what about creating the conditions for getting out of anxiety? So rather than thinking about recovery, think about what can I do to put myself in a condition to allow recovery to happen. And if you're not quite sure, well, one of the things that you can do first of all is to recognize some of the unhelpful things you're doing. If you're waking up every day and checking if the symptoms are there, is that putting you in the right space to recover? No, it's not. If you're avoiding going outside or if you're avoiding work or whatever it is that a condition for recovery? No, it's not. All this stuff is just feeding into anxiety. So instead of checking your symptoms when you first get up, even if it's like you wake up and you come out of the dream or whatever it is, and you suddenly realize, oh, I'm awake. And then your mind instantly goes to, am I recovered? Are the symptoms better? How am I feeling right now? You have to stop it right there. Go, oh, whoa. I'm doing that thing that I always do. I'm not setting up the conditions for my recovery. Let's just get up. It doesn't matter how I feel right now. Let's just get up and do what I got to do. And do you know why I know this works? It's not just because I've recovered myself and this was what I did to recover. It's because I've helped, like everybody I help, it's about setting up the conditions for allowing healing to happen. And so literally everybody, 100% of the people that I help, they all say stuff like, I just want to get back to the person that I was. I just want this gone. I just want to be able to enjoy the moment in the moment. I don't want to get angry. I don't want to get upset. I don't want this, and all this type of stuff. And so I help them look at all the things they're sort of doing that are going against the conditions. And then we work on all of that stuff. It's not about healing deep trauma or going back into your childhood or anything like that. I'm sure if you've had therapy, you've already done all that. If that was going to work, it would have worked by now. So the way, sort of the part of the process that I use is to work with people and help them realize what they're doing so it can create that space. And the thing is, right, is that if you're not constantly checking on your symptoms and checking how you feel in the morning and seeing if a particular situation is making it bad or worse or avoiding stuff or doing extra stuff because you're trying to distract yourself, that's all screaming at you, hey, anxiety is important, anxiety is important. And that keeps you anxious. It doesn't keep you safe. And so by doing all these little things, the direct outcome of that, of, looking at the bad stuff and sort of challenging it and changing it, is creating that sense of safety. So when I said before, your mind needs to feel safe enough to be able to sort of have the space to process this. This is the exact stuff you do to begin your mind to start feeling safe. And it's not by telling yourself, oh, I feel safe. Oh, I feel fine. Oh, I'm happy with this. Oh, I'm just going to accept this. Because that's all crap. That's all logical. And your logical brain isn't running the show. Your emotional brain is running the show. And so what you've got to do, instead of like trying to add to calm, you take away things that make you scared and things that make you anxious. And it's so incredibly powerful, and that's what I do to help people get out of this. So there's so much that you can do. And if you do want help to feel normal and to feel safe and calm again, then get in touch with me. Let's talk about you and your situation and what you're doing and what you can start to do right now to start feeling better right now. If you want to get in touch, the link for that's in a pinned comment and the description. Hope I can chat with you soon. And until next time, I'll see you in the next vid.